Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Keith with Craps TX. Thank you as always for tuning in, and if you don't mind, like I always ask, if you hit that thumbs up, that really helps us out. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Hit that bell for notifications. That way you'll be notified when the next video comes out. So this one is a strategy that I saw on Crappy the Crapsman's channel. There he is right there. I've used a few of his strategies in the past. Again, I can't say it enough, but great name for a channel. But yeah, it's collecting the green. So you're going to collect a green chip. You can do this at a $10 table. It doesn't matter what, well, it does. He did it at a $10 table. Let's just leave it at that. I've been trying some $10 table strategies. If you want to try it at a different level, you can adjust, use some math and adjust it to your liking. So what we're going to do is wait for the point to be set. We're not going to be the shooter. We're not going to play the pass or the don't pass. And then we're going to put 30 each on the 6 and 8. And then, when we hit one of those, we collect the green, and then we'll take the 2 red chips because they'll pay 35. So we'll take that 10 and we'll start filling out some of these other numbers out here. So let's just go ahead and start rolling it out. That way you can kind of see the way that it goes as we do it. A little bit easier to watch than explain sometimes, and it's been a long, kind of lazy weekend for me, so I'm just ready to relax and shoot some dice. So here we go. Coming out, looking for a point, dice are out. Well, let's get the puck out of the way. Get the puck out of the way, man. And there is a 6-5, yo. Doesn't help us with this one. Looking for a point, dice out. See a horn, bet a horn. There's an ace deuce, 3 craps. And another 3 craps. So we're just going to call this, you should have bet the horn strategy. There we go. Now we finally got a point. 6, 3, 9. Okay, so we're going to throw out 60 bucks and tell the dealer to set you up on the 6 and 8, 30 each. Yes, we're at a $10 table. Yes, that's $30 on each. We don't have to play that, but the reason we do that is because when we collect, there's going to be $10 left over. $10 table, you can start playing these outside numbers at $10. Nice out. 3, 2, 5. All right, let's see if we can't get one of these hit. We'll kind of roll a bit faster. There's a 5, 2, 7, so we're going to 7 out. And we will move on. So we got enough for 10 shooters here. We'll see how many shooters we get through. Puck's going to go off. Get another set of dice. I may just stick with the same set of dice. That way I don't have to go through that every time. There's my square pair 8. Looking for a point. There's a 4, 3, 7. Frontline winner. And a 6, 3, 9. So we're right back on that 9. So let's get our $60 out once again. Just kind of throwing them everywhere. And we are off and running. Let's see if we can't get one of those. There we go. 6, 2, 8. All right, that 30 is going to pay 35. And collect the green. That's the name of the strategy. I'm just going to put that in the second rack over here. And with the $10, we'll grab the 5. How about that? All right, dice out. And a 5, 2, 7 out. So quick 7s on the last 2 rolls or the first 2 shooters, however you want to look at it. Yes, that's going to happen. Yes, that's why you need enough for 10 shooters. All right, let's go shooter number 3. We're just going to keep the same dice. Like I said, that'll save us a little bit of time in case we do get to 10 shooters and we have a good shooter in there somewhere. Hopefully. All right, our point is 5. That's a 3, 2, 5. Let's place the 6 and 8 for 30 each, and dice are out. 6, 5, yo, 11, mid-mo. 6, 1, 7 out. Man, those 7s are the popular number, so we know that's the one that's most likely to hit, but, let's see if we can't get some of these others mixed in there a little bit. There is another one, a 4, 3, 7, the frontline winner on the come out. And a 4, 1, 5. All right, so we're back on the 5. And again, with the 60, you should know the deal by now, even though we're running through this kind of fast. And we have a 5, 4, 9. Looking for a 6 or an 8. There we go. There's a hard 6. All right, that 30 is going to pay 35. And collect the green is the name of the thing here. So let's grab that 9 now. That seems to be coming up every once in a while. Well, they all do every once in a while. There's a hard 10. Puppy paws. 6, 5, yo, 11. And a 5, 3, 8. All right, so that 30 is going to pay 35. And we'll collect the green and take the 10. We can grab the 5. We can press the 9 up. That way that'll get that to a green chip level. You kind of want to get these outside ones up to a green chip level as well. So I saw him do it a couple of different ways. He did kind of start, grabbing some of these other numbers or stacking up that one. Let's just go ahead and grab the 5 for now. And then we'll work on hopefully, stacking those up a little bit. And I guess we should have got the 9. There is 10 is going to pay 14, right? Right. All right. So we can take the 10 out of that and press up the 9. Let's go ahead and do that now since we didn't do it at the beginning. And we'll collect those white chips, even though it's a collect the green strategy. We didn't have a green on there, but now we can. There's a 5, 4, 9. 20 is going to pay 28. All right, we're going to collect that green and collect the white because there's nothing we can really do with those unless we start pressing up the 6 and 8, which he did that as well once he had all the other numbers covered. Man, that 9 is hitting. That 9 is hitting. 20 is going to pay 28. Right? Right. I don't know why I'd second guess. So we're collecting the green and again, collecting those white chips, even though not a whole lot we can do with it. And how many 9s can I get? There's a 5, 4, 9. Might ought to press that 9 up, huh? There is 28. All right, we're collecting the white and the green. So we're getting a little bit of our money back. Nice out. I can't make this up, man. 6, 3, 9. I guess my table magnets are working. I don't have any table magnets. Collect the green. What am I doing? That pays 28. I was paying myself 35. So 28. So there's 28. I collected the green. And then now we'll collect the white. Let's go ahead and swap some of these out. There's 5 for 5. And 5 for 5. All right, so we got some reds mixed in there too. Nice out. Hey, it's not a 9. How about that? 3, 1, 4. But there's nothing there. Nice out. I mean, I'd take those 9s all day if they want to keep hitting. Hard 6 at 30 is going to pay 35. We're going to collect the green. And let's press up that 5. We've got that 5 at 20 now. So all of these are at a green chip level where you can collect a green. Nice out. There's that 9 again. All right, we're back on those 9s. That 20 is going to pay 28. I know a lot of you probably screaming at me. Press it up. Press it up. Collect the green. And we'll put those white over here. And I can press that up. I'm going to press it up. So we now have 25 on the 9. And we'll throw that green on there. Nice out. 4, 1, 5. 20 is going to pay 28. We're collecting green on there as well. All right, so we're finally got a decent shooter here. Nice out. 3, 1, 4. We do not have the 4 yet. And a 6, 2, 8. All right, that 30 is going to pay 35. That gives us a chance to collect the green and do something else with the red here. We can pick up a 4 or 10. Or we could press that 5 up. Either way, let's go ahead and get one of these outsides. We'll grab the 10 for now. Now, that's not going to pay us a green, but it's at least a step in the right direction. There's a 5, 3, 8 again. 30 is going to pay 35. Whoops. We'll collect that green on that. Now, we'll take 5 of that and put it on the 10. That'll pay 27. And we'll take the other 5 and put it on the 5. That gives us 5 for 25. And now we're up to the green on that. And we still don't have the 4 covered, but that's okay. That's okay. We're at a pretty good level on the rest of these. Now you can regress at any time, just like with any other strategy. You don't have to just keep pressing, pressing, pressing. 6, 5, yo. 5, 3, 8. All right, that 30 is going to pay 35. Collect the green. What do we do with the 10? Let's go ahead and grab that 4. Okay, so now we've got all the numbers, but we do need that one at the green chip level. We don't have it there yet. There is boxcars, 12 midnight, and a 617 out. So I'm not going to complain about that. That was a pretty good run. We probably could have done things a little differently, but it's just kind of you get the basis of the strategy, and then you can do whatever you want with it, beyond starting to collect those greens. So let's turn that off, and we'll go ahead and start our next shooter. Yes, let's set a point. Dice are out, and we got a hard 6. All right, 6 is going to be our point. And let's see. Whoa, throwing those around. Throw 60 out here. And let's get started on this next shooter. I don't even know what shooter we're on. Maybe 4 or 5. There's a 6-5 yo 11. And a hard 10. All right, let's count down. And a 3-2-5. Still nothing there. We need a 6 or an 8 to get this thing started. There's a 3-1-4. We're going to get everything but. There's a 6-4-10. Easy 10. And a square pair. There we go. 30 is going to pay 35. We're going to collect the green. And we're going to start pressing up one of these outside numbers. Let's grab that 9 since that seemed to be so popular the last time. Maybe that's in my hand. And there we go. 5, 4, 9. 10 is going to pay 14. So like I said, we're supposed to collect the green, but no green in this instance. So we'll put that on there. So that's 20. That's going to pay 28. So we'll be able to collect green on that. Let's go ahead and swap some of these white ones out. I know I could do this at the end, but I just kind of like to keep them out of the way. So there's $10, and we'll go ahead and put that. There's 10, 2 reds. Dice out. All right, we have a 6-4-10. Easy 10. And a 6-5 yo. Those seem to be following each other quite a bit. Another 6-5 yo. See a horn, bet a horn. And a 5-3-8. There we go. Easy 8. 30 is going to pay 35. Collect the green. And we've already got that pressed up to green chip level. Let's go ahead and start grabbing that 5 and see if we can't get that one worked up. There is a 4-2-6. That'll give us the opportunity to do it right now. All right, pays 35. We're going to collect that green. We're going to take 10 and put it on the 5. We're now at the green chip level on all 4 of those numbers. And we have a 5-1-6. 30 is going to pay 35. All right. Let's go ahead and start grabbing these outside numbers. We'll do that first. Whoa. Before we start pressing up the 5 and 9. Well, maybe we should have pressed up the 5 and 9. There's a 4-1-5. That 20 is going to pay 28. Collect the green. And we got some white, so we'll just put that over there in the rack for now. 3-1-4. Should always get the one that you should have got, right? Right. Sorry, I got something in my eye besides my finger. 3-1-4, so nothing right now. 6-4-10. There we go. All right, 10 is going to pay 18. So that is 3 white and 3 red. We will take that to 15, and then we'll take 10 of that and put it on the 4 and collect that. So now that's at the green chip level, and we're 1 chip shy of that 4 being at the green chip level. There's a 5-4-9. That 20 is going to pay 28. All right, we collect the green. And what we could do is take those 3 white, grab a couple more white here, swap that out for a red, and go ahead and throw that on the 4. So now the 4 and the 10 are at the green chip level. We're at green chip level all the way across. You can press if you'd like, or you can just start collecting. So that 20 is going to pay 28 on the 9. That's a 5-4-9, by the way. So there's our green chip again. And just like that, we got a pretty good pile of green over there. Let's get some of these white chips out of the way. This is my deal. Sorry. I like to kind of... I don't want to have to count a bunch of white chips at the end, but I guess it's the same amount of time with me doing it in the middle too, right? Square pair, another $35. Let's collect that green. No more room in there, so that's a good sign. And we got 2 white. Let's go ahead and press up the 5 and the 9. So that gives us a quarter on each of those. All right, nice are out. 6-5 yo. Yo 11. 6-3-9. 25. All right, 25 is going to pay 35, right? Right. Collect that green, and we got $10 to do something else with. What do we got? What can we do? What can we do? We could do the 5 or 9. We could do the 4 and the 10. That way we can buy the 4 and 10. That way we'll have to do something with those white chips. Nice out. 3, 1, 4. There we go. 20 is going to pay 40 for 1. We got to throw in $1 vig. And we're going to collect 40. So that gives us a green chip. And 3 more red chips. All right. Dice out. 5, 1, 4. 25 is going to pay 35. We are going to collect green once again. If I can get them out of my hands. There we go. All right. Starting to get a good selection, a good pile of green over there. Dice out. Whoops. 2, 1, 3. 3 craps. And a 4, 2, 6. All right. So that's going to be our point. That does pay 35. So we got a chance to get another green there. Did we do anything with this? We don't have to. Let's go ahead and just put 30 on there. Know what? We'll just collect it. We're at green chip level on all those. We're looking for a new point. 5, 2, 7. Good time for that to come out. Frontline winner. Doesn't hurt us since the puck is off. 5, 4, 9. Hey, there we go. And 9 is our new point. And we have a square pair. Another 35. I want to get some more green chips here in a minute or swap out for some black. 30 pays 35. Collect the green. Again, we didn't do anything with the red last time, but let's go ahead and do it on the 5 and 9. There we go. Nice out. And a 4, 3, 7 out. Okay, so that was another good run. Not sure where we're at on time. I didn't bring my little old phone stopwatch up here. But if you don't mind, I will walk around and take a look at the camera. Get closer to you guys. Hey, how's it going? All right, 17 minutes. We're doing good on time. Let's get another shooter or two. If we get shooters like that, we might just need another shooter or two. I said I wasn't going to do that, but we did it anyway, didn't we? All right, let's just take that 6, 2, 8 to stick with the 8 theme since I like 8s. Coming out, looking for a point. 3, 1, 4, easy 4. 4 will be our point. And we're going to throw out that initial $60. Get the green chip train rolling, hopefully. It's been rolling pretty good thus far. Dice out. 5, 3, 8. There we go, right off the bat. 30 is going to pay 35. Take the green, collect it, and let's grab the 9. Since 9 seems to be so popular, at least for today. There is a 6, 2, 8. Another 35. All right, so let's bring that 9 up to green chip level. So we're going to need 2 of those. So that's at 28, and we collect the green. Or I'm sorry, 20 will pay 28. That's what I meant, just to get it up to the green chip level. There's a ace deuce, 3 craps. Mic check 1, 2. 6, 4, 10, easy 10. Not covered yet. And a 2x4, 6. Laying the lumber. There we go, 35 is what that pays. Collect the green chip, and we'll put 10 on the 5. 3, 1, 4. There is our point. Points hit. Puck will go off, and we're looking for a new point. Bets are off. 6, 4, 10. So we're going to be on the other end. There we go. Nice out. Box cars, 12 midnight. That's all the dots we got, folks. And sorry it's hitting that corner over there. Hopefully you can see it. There's a 5, 1, 6. Easy 6. It's going to pay 35. Collect the green. Take that 10, put it on the 5. We're now at green chip level on those 4 inside numbers. See if we maybe can't start grabbing some outside. There is a 5, 3, 2, 5. That's going to pay 28. 20 pays 28. Collect the green. We'll go ahead and collect that white for now. We can pull money out of our rack if we want and grab the 4 and 10, but it's just kind of, per shooter, it's kind of, I don't know, fun, I guess you could say, just to play from your winnings, your profits. Square pair, 8, 30 is going to pay 35. And we collect the green, where we got 10 here, so let's grab that 4. We'll start that process. Dice out. 6, 5, yo. Yo 11. Those are going right over the corner. See a horn, bet a horn. Ace, deuce, 3 craps. There's a square pair again. Hardways are coming up. Yeah, I've hit that square pair a few times. All right, 30 is going to pay 35. I am officially going to have to get some more green chips. We're going to collect that one. And we'll take 10 of this. And let's go ahead and get the 4 to the green chip level. That's going to pay 27. We'll just go ahead and collect that red for now. And what I'm going to do is take this. That's 500. I'm going to take that since I'm out of green chips over here. And I'm going to take 5 black chips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To replace that. Move that stack of green there, and we'll put that stack of black there. So we're doing pretty good so far there, folks. 415. All right, 20 is going to pay 28. We are continuing on the green chip quest. There we go. Another one. Paid. Nice out. 639. Another 28. Can this go the wrong way, the opposite way? Absolutely. We're just so being a little bit fortunate right now to hit as many box numbers as we have been, and that 9 has just been paying. Man, I'm out of white chips now. Hang on. Let me get some white chips so I can pay myself. Here, let's do it that way. 5, 5, and 5. There's $15. Got a good stack of whites back there. Let's go ahead and get my 15 before I pay myself on that 9. And we'll get the red chips there. So that 20 pays 28. So now I can do that. And we collect the green chip. And white will start building back up over there again. Coming out, there is a 538, another 35. We collect that green. We'll take the 2 red and start picking up that 10 because we're already at the green chip level on all the other numbers. Got to get that 10 up to speed. 325. 20 is going to pay 28. Green off to the rack, and the white will go over there as well. Although what we could do, since we really can't do a whole lot with these white chips, let's go ahead and take 5 of them, get a red chip, and put it on that 10. So now we are at green chip level all across. And there's a 516. 30 pays 35. Collect the green. What are we going to do with the red? Do we need to do anything? We don't necessarily need to do anything. But I'll make that 5 and 9 look like 25. Just collect a little bit more money when we hit those, since those seem to be hitting so much. And there's one of our outside numbers. 15 pays 27. We'll collect the green. And we'll put the white chips over there. Dice out. And there's the other side, and that's our point. Hard 10, 15 pays 27, just like we saw on that one. Whoa. Collect the green. Nope, out of room. Bad problem to have. And collect the white. Okay, so puck is off. What I'm going to do, actually, is take 2 red before we go back on and buy that 4 and 10. You can buy them for $20 level. Depends on the casino, but most casinos I've been to at the $20 level, you can start buying the 4 and the 10. That just means you have to pay a vig, but you get a 2-to-1 odds on it, minus the vig. All right, another good time for that 7 to come out. Frontline winner, puck is off, doesn't hurt us. Another 7, frontline, oh, that was a 5. There we go. Frontline paid. And a 325. 5 will be our point. Nice out. And there's a 5 right back. Call that a buckshot. So that 30 is going to pay 35. The puck goes off. We'll collect the green, and nothing really to do with the red. We can collect it, or, you know, we're pretty well in profit. Let's go ahead and place that on the 5 and the 9 there. And looking for a new point. We're going to be right back on that 5. 325. And a 516. 30 is going to pay 35. Collect the green, and for grins, let's just go ahead and bring that 4 and 10 up to 25 each. So those will now be green chips. Again, you really don't have to do that. You can just leave these at the level where it pays a green chip every time, but this gives you a little extra money, especially once you're in profit. 538. 30 is going to pay 35. So like from here on out, we could just collect. And we'll do that. because we're at a good level on all these. Don't necessarily need to press up. There is a 6 to 8. 30 is going to pay 35. I mean, if we wanted, we could take the 6 and 8 up to 42, because that would pay 50 for one, and then you would get 2 green chips, minus the $1 that you got to give back. There is a 1, 2, 3 craps, ace deuce. And there is a 3, 1, 4. All right, that 25 is going to pay 50 for one. We have to pay the VIG. There's our dollar VIG back to the dealer. And we collect the green chips. Nice out. We are just having some excellent shooters here. I don't know that I've had this happen on a video prior. Of course, as soon as I say something, there comes a 7. But you know what? We're just going to end it there. So let's get this out of the way and we'll tally up and see where we're at. Hopefully you guys can see how that goes. Hopefully I didn't make any mistakes either. If I did, I'll catch it in editing and either make a notation or maybe just have to reshoot. I hope I don't have to reshoot because this turned out excellent. But let's go ahead and condense these down and see where we're at. I'm going to go ahead and take that stack there, that 500 of green, and put that off to the side and go ahead and get myself 500 more black there. So that is 500. We know we doubled. Well, yeah, we doubled our money easily. We started out with 600. We'll go ahead and get all these chips out, the ones we didn't use, plus the ones that we collected on. Man, we got a good stack of chips there. I'm really happy the way that turned out. There is 5 white. We'll do that for 5 red. And I am not a dealer, so I'm not adept at doing that little stack and pull away type thing. So I'll just stack these next to each other so that they're even. All right, so there's 25 times 5, 125. We'll get that off to the side and we'll just pay a green and a black for that. We're going to condense these green down 4 at a time. And 4. Wow, we're going to end up with all black chips. There's $400 in green. I got black chips off to the side. I didn't think I was going to have to use them, but I'll be darned if I didn't have to. All right, so we got a healthy stack. $600 was our starting bankroll. Let's just stack these out. Not stack them out, but lay them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1,000. 1, 2. There's 1,200, so there's double our money. 13, 14, and $1,505. $1,505 starting out with $600. That is a good evening at the table, or day, or morning, or 3 o'clock in the morning, or whatever. That's a good session, regardless of what time of the day it is at the table. Really happy that it did turn out that way, like I said. Give it a try. It was on Crappy the Craftsman's channel. I will link the video down below. There is his banner. Go check him out. Tons of good, great strategies on there. Good, great strategies. That did not make sense. Good, great strategies. Anyway, it's time for me to end this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments, please leave them down below. If you'd like to email instead, crapstx@gmail.com. I don't know why I did the pinky thing, but crapstx@gmail.com. Hit that thumbs up before you leave for us. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Hit that bell for notifications. That way you'll be notified when we put out another video. Check out the description down below. Lots of links down there for you. You can just read everything down there. I'm not going to self-promote or anything like that. And yeah, it was a good time. Stick around. We've got more great content coming out. If you've got any suggestions, please let us know. Some strategies you'd like us to roll out. I am game for most anything. So as long as I can understand it, I'm still under a year as a craps player, but enjoying learning something different every day. My name's Keith. Channel is Craps Texas, Craps TX. We thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Puck is off already. Okay, bye.